What was happening with online sales, what is happening with online sales, and what will happen with online sales. On today's 5-minute sales training, the past, present, and future of online sales. Welcome, everyone, to another 5-minute sales training where today we're talking about the past, present, and future of online sales. Hit that like button real quick. We sure appreciate that. Thrilled to have with us today from Do You Convert, our good friend, Mr. Mike Lyon. So, Mike, we're going to do it this way. We're going to talk about internet sales, and we're going to do it in 4 different time periods. And we're going to start by looking back, and then we'll end by looking forward. So let's talk about the world of internet sales and what it was like in 2010. Let's just go back 12 years now to 2010. Tell us about internet sales in 2010.
Okay, we'll definitely do that. I'm trying to think of what cell phones were being used back then. We were using iPhones for the most part in
early
2010.
On.
Right.
I think we're in the iPhone 3 in 2010. Yeah.
Ooh, I love a new iPhone.
Well, when you think about it, online sales, which is what's so exciting, online sales really started to gain a lot of momentum in 2008, 2009, 2010. And for those of you who need a little reminder of what was happening back then, home builders were not doing so great. I mean, we're coming off the heels of a great financial crisis that we kind of started ourselves. And it was not born out of like all these leads that we're managing, too many leads. It was really started when sales leadership and company owners said, we're getting leads no matter how many we had, whether it was 50 a month or 300, and they're not being managed the way that we want. And every single lead counts, and we've got to convert these people, and we've got to get them out on site, and we got to get them in front of our sales reps, and we got to get them in front of our product. So that's where online sales was born. And that's really where people started cutting their teeth and figuring this whole thing out. And back then, in 2005, 2006, 2007, when the market was going gangbusters, similar to like these last couple of years, only the big builders had this in place, and they weren't even doing it that great.
Right.
But everybody else didn't have a website, and they definitely didn't have online sales in place.
The advance 10 years into the future, then 2020, and we can include 2021, we had gone through a huge evolution of what online sales looked like. But then we also had the weirdest market of our lifetime at the same time. So what was happening there for online sales professionals?
So that was an interesting shift. So builders were still like banging, just kind of like, hey, everybody staff up, make sure you're managing leads, make sure you're taking care of the customer experience. But a lot of builders were doing a good job in developing this. And then when 2020 hit, like after the initial like freak out moment, the builders who had a good program in place were just like going, oh my gosh, thank God that we had an online sales team in place. And we essentially, through necessity, redirected all this walk-in traffic and turned it into online traffic. And online sales turned into like like those people that you see at the front of the Apple stores, like checking you in, like you walk in to go buy. So I did it the other day, bought a computer, and they go, well, what do you need? And I was like, that right there.
What's with the t-shirt? You're working at the Apple store now?
Just 1 second, we're going to stay right here. Just 1 second. I'm like, can I go look? I'm like, oh, you can go look, but someone has to. And that's what online sales turned into, like air traffic control. And they were removed from, that deep dive that they would do with customers on the upfront and the discovery side. They weren't doing any of that. We were just going like, are you pre-approved? Do you know how much this costs now? Do you understand it's going to, take probably 9 months to a year to get this home? And, oh, you want an appointment this next week? Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a month from now. Like that's all the conversation that was happening. So that's what shifted over these past 24 months. That was just, nobody expected that.
So now move into 2022,
yes,
because everything's different. Yeah, today. What's happening right now as it relates to internet sales?
Oh, it's a renaissance. We're all like, we're so excited. Like we're so thrilled. First of all, online sales dominates in a down market. So I'm not excited for a down market, but I'm excited to see people do well. But lead volumes have been cut, 25, 30% for a lot of folks, but quality is up. But the folks who have been in this role for a while, like I'm talking about more than 5 years, let's call it, or more than 4 years, like they had time in the seat before these past 24 months. They're like, oh, this actually feels good. I feel like I'm doing what I was hired to do. And so there is this renaissance of, all right, customers want to hear from us. Customers have questions that we can answer. We are helping the process. We are saving deals. We are getting people out in front of salespeople as quickly as possible. Salespeople love our leads again. They love our appointments again. So it's a renaissance. And I don't want to say back to basics because I hate that.
So we obviously have to get back to some basics.
But it is a back to the style that it was set up. Now it's just kind of with a twist and a tweak because we've got a lot of great technology to help make our life easier.
Okay. All right. Last step here. Let's go 10 years into this, 2032, 10 years into the future.
Yes.
What does the future hold for the world of online sales?
Well, I like to think about that. What would I invest in now that would do well in 2032? I don't know. Probably like a gas powered car or something. I'm just going to go back to gas. Anyway, let me think in the future. I'm going to get the DeLorean. This is a tough one because I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but I'm going a little bit of a tangent. We used to think 2-3 years ago that artificial intelligence and like what we can do with stuff, even like helping us in the background, was going to make us way, way, way more efficient. Right. But something that has changed recently, Jeff, I don't know if you've seen this out there or in the news or you hear everybody talking about, but privacy has become a really big deal for people. And so Apple's big on privacy and all that stuff. And so they're cutting off all this data that marketing used to be getting access to. And now they don't have access to it anymore. So that artificial intelligence can't tell us like this person on the back end is doing things that you should now reach out to them. So part of me thinks that we will figure out a way to somehow have every day when we show up in our office, up on our screen says, these are the 10 people most likely to respond to you and set an appointment.
Got all my appointments right up here.
I would hope that's where we get to. I think it's going to happen unless people just go the opposite direction on privacy and shut it down. But I think technology is going to help support us. I don't think we're ever going to get away from having a human, even at the beginning, at the very top of the funnel, help with this purchase. Mm-hmm. Because in 2032, that $500,000 house is going to be $1.5 million house. And so it's still going to be the most expensive thing that someone purchases, and they want a human to be involved. I think there's going to be more of that. I think there's going to be more of like a hybrid approach, like taking them almost all the way till the end, because we will have better visualization tools. We will have a little bit more overlap with sales. We will have ways for people to experience things and feel like they're there, but it's going to take a virtual salesperson. So you're going to have like lead management, virtual hybrid sales/closer. And I don't know how much of that's going to kind of overlap, but I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun.
Love it. Love it. Brilliant stuff, Mike. An interesting journey in just a little over 5 minutes here to be able to figure out where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Thanks as always. Good catching up with you, Mike Lyon.
Hey, thanks for having me. From the future, I'm going to go hover. I'll get on my hoverboard and go home.
Thanks, buddy. There you have it from the authority himself, the past, present, and future of online sales. Until next time, my friends, learn more to earn more.